Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. The conversation between Viṣṇudutas and Yamadūtas happening. Viṣṇuduta means messengers of God and Yamadūta means messengers of death personified Yamaraj, the in charge of hell. Yamadūtas have 2 arms each and Viṣṇudutas have 4 arms each. Yamadūtas were 3 and Viṣṇudutas were 4. That we must remember. Viṣṇuduta means messengers of the Supreme Lord. Viṣṇudutas had heard the logical and truthful statements of Yamadūtas. But because that was just like a bookish knowledge, not realized knowledge, that's why Viṣṇudutas could not agree with whatever Yamadūtas had said. The Viṣṇudutas are saying now that anyone who engages regularly in chanting the holy name of the Lord, after some time that chanting turns into habit of chanting. So when it turns into habit of chanting, then at the time of death, the chanting will come on the mouth. I remember this. Prabhupāda in last minutes, maybe 10 minutes before he passed away, I was there. So Ananda Maharaj was sitting on the head side of Prabhupada, right side of the bed. On the chair. Ananda Maharaj was Prabhupada's godbrother. He died in our place, so we have a Samadhi in our place. And everybody was there, so Prabhupada's mouth was open and the tongue was minutely moving, minutely. The last long breaths. I told Yaduvara, don't film this. He's Āchārya. Āchārya's last minutes cannot be shown. I told Yaduvara, he's still alive, American devotee, he was taking the film. He had a big camera. Maybe he was ordered to do so, that I don't know. So Ananda Maharaj stood up from there, from the chair, and was coming out, so I went out with him too. So I want to know what is happening. So he said, did you notice? Ananda Maharaj told me that. Did you notice? I said, what? So he said, your guru is chanting Radha Kṛṣṇa, Radha Kṛṣṇa, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda. My God. Did he notice? I said, I noticed his tongue is moving a little bit. The mouth is minutely moving. So, if one becomes habituated in chanting, at the last minute, it will come. If the chanting or name of God came at the last minute of departure of the body, then whatever amount of sin they have committed, what great sinners they are, that all becomes nullified. Viṣṇudutas further says, doesn't matter how great sinners are, once they chant the name of the Lord at the time of departure, their sins will surely be removed. They become sinless. Even if one is a thief, a rogue, a rowdy person, or a drunkard, or a malice actor, or disloyal to the master or friend, or betrayer, or a disturber of a real Brahmana, or a person who has molested the Guru's woman, wife of Guru, or those who keep friendship and closeness to such low actors, bad people. But if they chant the holy name of the Lord sincerely, their sins become nullified, because chanting the holy name is the greatest atonement to clear one's sin. By chanting, one washes one's intelligence. Intelligence becomes purified, thus controls the mind, and becomes purified at heart. And then Lord Kṛṣṇa thinks, this purified soul is mine. We become owned by Kṛṣṇa. That's why a devotee is called Vaishnava. Vaishnava means Lord Kṛṣṇa's people. Half-hazardously, no, it's not a show. Should not make show. Sincere devotees, real, heart of heart become devotee, then becomes a Vaishnava or person of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Lord Kṛṣṇa owns that devotee and remains indebted. There is an example in Mahabharata. At the time of disrobing of Draupadi and the assembly of Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, her sari was pulled in the assembly and she was passing through menstrual period. Draupadi was under menstrual period. And a lady passing through menstrual period should not be touched. Her shadow should not touch you. What to speak of touching her? So the Duryodhana's brother Dusasan was pulling her sari. She raised her hand towards Kṛṣṇa. Raising that both the hands means you surrendered. That's what it indicates to. So she said, "Oh Kṛṣṇa, oh Kṛṣṇa, oh Govinda, just look at my situation," she said. Yat Govinde the Chukrosha. Lord Kṛṣṇa speaks this verse in Mahabharata. Yat Govinde the Chukrosha Kṛṣṇa mam duravasinam. I was at that time long distance away in Dwaraka, and she was in New Delhi, Hastinapur. Yad Govinde the Chukrosha Kṛṣṇa mam durga. Lord Kṛṣṇa owned her, and gave her his own name, called her Kṛṣṇa even though she is Draupadi. Kṛṣṇa mam duravasinam. Runam etad prabuddham me hridayannapasarpati. She cried out my name pitifully, calling Govinda, Govinda, Kṛṣṇa. Even though I was at a long distance away from her. She knew that, she long distance, maybe my cry will go there. He is the Supreme Lord, He can hear anybody's cry. So that echo is going on in my heart. Lord Kṛṣṇa speaks. That echo of Draupadi, don't go from my heart. I am indebted to her. My debt is sitting on her debt is sitting on me. My head, Lord Kṛṣṇa says. So if one becomes a real devotee of Lord Kṛṣṇa, how wonderful it is. And Draupadi could not be disrobed. Lord Kṛṣṇa took care of her A devotee is taken care. Like, I was flying from Miami, 1984, I think, from Miami to India. So my plane lifted from Miami, landing Pan Americans those days, Pan Am Airlines, to land in New York, to change plane and go to India, like that. So fire took place in the sky, in the plane. There was a fire. I've seen now what happens to the people in the sky when fire was inside. There is a pathway between the chairs. They don't walk on the path. They're jumping on the chair, screaming so bad. I was the only person sitting there chanting Hare Krishna. Okay, Krishna, you want me to die in the sky? What can I say? Plane landed. And people died on the ground. So much smoke and the sound came, ta, 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 red light coming like that, That chanting is a serious chanting. Okay, Krishna, here I have to die. Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Mala is I chant in the plane. Vartamanam jiyat papam, yad bhutam yad bhavishyati, tatsarvam nirdahatyasu govindānala kirtanāt. Just imagine, whatever sin one has from past life, present life, and will commit in the future, all will be destroyed by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Chanting the holy name of the Lord is like fire. It will surely ignite the cotton-like sins and will turn into ashes immediately. But there is a condition. What is that condition? That one should not commit offense against the holy name, should not give their own interpretation on the holy name. Maybe Krishna means this, maybe Rama means this, Hare means this. Like that. Maybe Krishna came later than Rama, so Rama's line should be chanted first. Or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu turned Mahamantra upside down. What is going on? Why you commit sins? Why you have to speculate that? Lord Chaitanya did not turn upside down. He did not come to turn upside down anything, nothing. And he is one of the Acharyas listed in our chain of disciplic succession. Even though God himself appeared as Chaitanya, he is one of the list in Acharyas. How can one be Acharya if one speculates on the holy name, turns anything upside down? Nothing should be turned upside down. Arthavadam harir namni sambhavayati yuna. Sambhavayati. See? Arthavadam harir namni sambhavayati yunaraha. Sa papishto manishanam nare patati sputam. Surely, immediately, guarantee he will go to hell. If somebody possibly like this, maybe like this, maybe Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed the holy name of the Lord. Rama line was first and Krishna line was later. All this speculation should not be done. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama and Krishna are same. Karsati sarva jivani yasya Krishna, ramanti yoginanante satyanande chidatmani iti Rama pade naso param satya vidhiyate. Is not, one should not speculate. If one speculates, they fall in hell for sure, even though they are chanting the holy name. One should be careful. Chanting has a condition. It has a bar to not speculate. Padma Purana also states that namna baladasya hi pava buddhir na vidite tasya yamair hi suddhi. Even Yamaraj, hell cannot purify after punishment. A person who commits offense against the holy name or commits sins and the strength of the chanting, that person cannot be purified even in the hell by Yamaraj. So one should be very careful. Those who knowingly commit offense against the holy name, then they get the reaction. Those unknowingly commit, like say for instance 1978 I think, was cold season anyway. It was at Hamburg, Germany. I was having LP, long play record of Prabhupada. Bande Rupa Sanatano Raghugo Sri Jiva Gopalako. That was the singing in the LP. And I had those LPs and some Bhagavad Gitas in my bag, and I was there. And one guy I gave, white man, long, tall, I gave him one LP. He took his LP, looked on my face, and he said, "You pig, Kṛṣṇa!" He said, "You pig, Kṛṣṇa." Pig means stool eater, and Kṛṣṇa means the Supreme Lord. He indicated to me, and he pushed in my stomach and left it and gone. So this class of persons don't get that much offense as much as person who knows who Kṛṣṇa is, what devotional service is, what Bhāgavatam, Bhagavad Gita is, what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If such class of person commit offense against the holy name, then they are given punishment. There is no sin which cannot be burnt by chanting the holy name of the Lord sincerely. All kinds of sins, including those who criticize, those who are fault finders, those who are neglectful, those who think, what is this bhakti? Bhakti meant for just lazy people. What can bhakti give you? What can it reward? What is devotional service? It's all nonsense, bogus. Like that. What is Guru? There is nothing, just a person who takes worship and takes the donations and all that. This is an ordinary person. This is a nonsense, a lazy fellow criticizing. They are all show. Devotional service, devotee, just a show meant for lazy people. These class of men don't even like to devote to God and Guru, even in their dreams. Such people remain in this creation for time immemorial because they will never repeat the name of the Lord. And such class of people cannot be compared with Ajāmila. Ajāmila was no doubt a great sinner, very big sinner, but he never committed any offense against the holy name, against the Lord, or against spiritual master. He never did that. He was pious, he became impious and never went back to become pious. Ajāmila is not an offender, he is just a sinner. Offense is very difficult to nullify. Say for example, my God brothers committed so much offense against me and they think I am their enemy, but I don't think they are my enemy. But they are so egotistic, they will never beg pardon. They will die. They are dead, many of them. Will die more. All of them will die, but not ask for pardon. So offenders, very difficult to become purified because their ego will not let them ask pardon, forgiveness. No, because ego is big. I have a big Swāmī, GVC, sannyasi, guru. I have thousands of disciples. I have Mercedes Benz. I live in Beverly Hills. I live in the sky high buildings, 5-star hotels. Everybody welcomes me. How big ego is. Prabhuta pahi kahi madanahi. Their ego is so big. That's why offenders, very difficult to become purified. Sinners, yes, there is atonement. Process is there. So Ajāmila was a sinner, not offender. So we cannot compare offenders to be equal to Ajāmila. No. Modern day people are offenders more than sinners. They sin and offend, both. But those who don't offend, they don't know about Kṛṣṇa, they don't know about bhakti, they don't know devotional service, they don't know Bhagavad Gita, then they are just sinners. They are easy to become purified by Yamaraj. They go to hell and become purified and come back here again. Viṣṇudutas further are saying that whatever atonement process are announced by great sages to purify one's sins, those atonements don't burn that much sin as much as is burnt by chanting the holy name sincerely. So much sin is burnt. Vartamanam yad papam yad bhutam yad bhavishyati. Sa or everything will burn. Atonement cannot be compared with chanting. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord uproots the tree. And ritualistic ceremony, atonements, they cut the tree. So cutting the tree is different than uprooting the tree. Chanting the holy name digs the tree from the root and pulls it out. And these atonements, ritualistic ceremonies or karma kanda, they cut the tree from above the root so tree can come up back after some time. So what it means? It means that those who chant, their brain becomes purified, their mind becomes controlled. They don't want to sin no more. And those who perform atonements and ritualistic ceremonies, their sins are surely burnt, guaranteed, burnt. But they sin again. Thus commit sins. There is no chance for a devotee to commit sin. Whatever happens, it can be burnt very easy. Whatever sin happens within the mind while chanting, that can be purified by extra chanting. If one accumulates some kind of sin against the holy name, against the devotee, against anything, thinking while chanting, because thinking goes on, chanting, because one is not purified enough to not think while chanting, so we are not purified. If you think like that, then you may accumulate some kind of sin. So that sin can be purified by extra chanting. Nama paradha yuktanam namani eva haranti agham. Avisranta prayuktani tani evartha karani cha. While chanting, one commits offense against the holy name or some kind of offense. That can be nullified by extra chanting. What kind of chanting? Avisrantam, non-stop, extra chanting. Not stop means regular chanting. Not having vacation on Sundays like we have in the offices here. Government is closed on Sundays. No vacations. Avisrantam, regular, continue. That's why everyone should carry on chanting the holy name. Human life is meant to chant the glories of the Lord, dedicate and be devotee. That is why human birth is given to us. We look like human beings because God wants us to serve Him and go back to Godhead. For that purpose, God gave us human birth. Viṣṇudutas further say that don't take, he's telling the Yamadūtas, don't touch this, don't take this fellow, Ajāmila, for punishment in the hell. Don't take him to Yamaraj. Because he has recited the name of the Supreme Lord Narayana at the time of death. That's why his sins are all eliminated. Dahatyasu sarvagham. All his sins are burnt into ashes. That's why then they argued that he did not call the name of the Lord, he called his son. He called his son, which is true, called his son. His son's name was Narayana. Narayana, please come and save me. These guys, Bhayankar means ferocious people have come. So Viṣṇudutas says, Sanketyam parihasyam va stobham helanam eva va Vaikuntha nama grahanam asesagharam vidu. Asesa means limitless. Agam means sin. Vidu, sure. Harati means destroyed. Takes away. Sanketyam indicating to somebody else or someone else, something else. If one chants the name of the Lord, indicating somebody else, something else. Anything else, no problem. You get benefit. Parihasyam in joking. Your Kṛṣṇa was dancing with gopis at dead of night. Something like that. That is called parihasyam. Making fun out of Lord Kṛṣṇa, but same name Kṛṣṇa. One Muslim said, I don't want to say Jai Sri Ram. He said that. Somebody was asking him to say Sri Ram, but he said, I don't want to say Jai Sri Ram. But he said it. See? Jai Sri Ram, he said, and he said, I don't want to say. These words are added to Jai Sri Ram. So he got benefit. Stobham means critically. Singing song. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Na Krishna long. Take it continuous. Even then one get benefit. Kṛṣṇa long means a lady. Draupadi was called Kṛṣṇa long. We call Kṛṣṇa short. At last is short. Long A is not there. So, helanam means criticizing, fault finding, hatred, neglectfully. Just like the guy said, you pig Kṛṣṇa to me. I remember that, 1978. Very cold outside, cold. No snowing, but cold. They get benefit. You know, your Kṛṣṇa enjoyed with gopis. He is a woman hunter. God and Guru cannot be woman hunters, not possible. So what was that? He's neglectfully telling. Or he's saying that what Kṛṣṇa did, Govardhan Hill, he lifted Govardhan Hill, but his manifestation says I has whole universe on his head and millions of universes over him all the time. So what your Kṛṣṇa did? Not much. Anybody can bring their own argument. Even then, they get benefit because they don't know philosophy. They get benefits. I know philosophy. If I say that, then I get offended, become offensive. So one who knows about Krishna, knows some philosophy, he or she must be very careful thinking this way about Krishna. For Ajnanis, those who are ignorant to spiritual life, they can say so many ways, so many things. They get no offense. Or if they get, very little offense they get. But devotees, they get a lot of offense. But should be very careful criticizing the holy name of the Lord or Lord Sri Krishna or Guru. One should not even hear their criticism. Very big offense. If chanting is done correctly, one becomes free from all kinds of sin. Ek Kṛṣṇa mein jato pāp hare, papi korite na pare. So much sin is burnt by chanting one name of Krishna means a sinner cannot commit. That much sin is burnt. If one is sinless, becomes chanting, become all sins are washed, then real chanting begins. Lord Krishna speaks in the Bhagavad Gita about this. Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhabrata. They remain fixed. Earthquake, tidal waves, criticism, snake bites, on fire, anything, all punishment. I remember one of my god brothers, American white man, was my secretary for 6 years. Lokasharanya, his name. I asked him, if somebody came with a gun and told you, stop chanting, what would you do? He said, I will stop chanting. Really? Bhajante mam dridhabrata. Lord Krishna speaks. How careful one should be. Are we fixed devotees? Okay, shoot, go ahead. Because he asked me what I will do. I said, I'll tell him, okay, shoot, go ahead. I'll chant. I'll not stop. Go ahead, do. Because my death is written with your gun. Please, go ahead. Antagatam papam, their sins are removed and accumulated so much meritorious deeds by chanting holy name continuously, all sins are stopped. Then one becomes fixed in chanting. Dhriyamprata, pure chanting will begin. Viṣṇudutas are further saying, either one slipping and falling, or by snake bites, or one's limbs are broken up. Breaking time, snake biting pain, scorpion sting pain, or fire burning pain, or fever, great fever burning pain. While in suffering condition, even if one chants the name of Lord Krishna owns that devotee. In helpless condition I was chanting, was that in the aeroplane, burning aeroplane, I was chanting there and the people were jumping from one chair to another, screaming so bad. Many passed urine and stool in their pants. I seen, wet. Plane landed, I forgot where, one small little town. One who chants Govinda, Govinda, Krishna, Krishna in all circumstances surely get benefit. All their sins may become removed. They become Krishna's devotees. Narayana, 4. Narayana means 4. Once you chanted, 4 messengers came. And 3 times 12 messengers come if you chant name of Rama. And Lord Krishna's name comes 12,000. Sahasranamnam punyanam triravrutyat yad phalam ekavrutyat Kṛṣṇasya namekam tat prayachati. I am becoming old now, very difficult to recollect everything immediately. 1,000, 3,000. 1,000 times chanting Narayana's name is equal to 1 Rama's name, and 3 Rama's name are equal to 1 Kṛṣṇa's name. So, one name of Lord Vishnu, Narayana brought 4 messengers, 4 multiplied by 1,000, multiplied by 3, multiplied by, that many will come. 12,000 messengers will come for Krishna's devotee. We are lucky. I am so lucky that I am Krishna's devotee, direct, not Narayana devotee, not Rama devotee. I am Krishna devotee. 3 Rama devotees equal to 1 Krishna devotee. I want to be Krishna devotee. Whatever atonements are written by sages, small or big, for big and small sins, to rectify big or small sins, they are all nullified at once by chanting the holy name sincerely. That is the value and importance, power, potency of chanting the holy name of the Lord. We are lucky we are chanting. Thank you very much.